Hello and welcome to this video of top 10 advanced Python coding interviews, questions and solutions that have been asked in FAANG companies. As you know, FAANG is Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google, and other top companies as well. So the top 10 questions that we are going to see with solutions today would be: Sherlock Holmes is solving a case and is trying to find out if a ransom note belongs to a magazine. So there are normally ransom notes given with cuttings from a magazine. So Sherlock Holmes is trying to find out if the words in the note belongs to a magazine. Number two, help the merchant to count the number of pair of socks. So merchant has socks list and he is trying to count the number of pair of socks. Stacking up empty boxes. So the Amazon workers are trying to stack up empty boxes at the very end. That is a program which you have to write all in Python. Number four is factory workers fill in missing time entries. Again, using Python. Given a string as your input, delete any recurring character and return the new string. So for example, Mississippi, you just delete the recurring or duplicate characters. We'll look at that. Question number 6 we are going to see is essay exam competition. You have to find out the average word length in a statement from an essay. Analyze if a stock price have always gone up or always gone down. Write a Python program to rotate the elements given in a list to the left. Question number 9, grammarly type words and statements checking algorithm. And 10, the boy in the toy store. So wait till the 10th question and it's very interesting. So let's look at all these questions in the Python programming language. So what I'll ask you to do is, once you understood the question, you should pause the video, think of this question by yourself, try it out yourself, and then restart the video to look at the solution. So let's get started. Sherlock Holmes is solving a case and is trying to find out if a ransom note belongs to a magazine. So these are the snippets of magazine. So a magazine has these many words and this is the note. So if you look at all the words in the magazine, it should match. This answer is no. Magazine 2 and note 2. All of the words in note 2 are available in magazine 2 list array. So it is yes, so on and so forth. Let's look at the solution. You can pause the video and I'm now going to talk about the solution. So the solution is we're going to write a function using counter. So a function will take in magazine and note words, and then counter is the function to note 1 minus counter magazine. If A is empty, that means all the notes, all the words in note are available in magazine, then yes, else no. So let's run this and you would see that the output of this is gonna be, is note 1 from magazine 1 yes or no? Very, very simple function, and this is the main. These are 4 examples, and this is where I'm calling this function. So from the collections, make sure that you import counter. Great. Let's move on to question number 2. Count the number of pair of socks for a merchant in the given order. The challenge is you do not have to use list or array. Use dictionary. So in this array, you have 10, 20, 20, 10, 10. So you want to make sure that these are the size of the socks or some number of the socks, and then you have to match it as a pair. So socks should always be sold in pairs. So 10 and 10 is one pair, 20 and 20 is the second pair. Again, 10 and this 10 is the third pair, and the 20 and 20 is the fourth pair. In the second one, 120 has been removed. The 20 here has been removed. Therefore, the number of pairs is 3. Pause the video, use this as your inputs, and write the algorithm. All right, let's see the solution. So what I'm going to do is I have written a function stock merchant. The stock merchant takes in the array and then it converts into a dictionary. Remember, you have to convert this into a dictionary. That is the challenge. And this is a very simple function which I have wrote. Let's run it. So this is the print results. I should have done print result here as well. So you will see 4 and 3. This is the solution. Next question, number 3, stacking up empty boxes. Amazon workers are trying to stack up empty boxes at the end. So if you look at this array, you have zeros. All you have to do is push all these zeros to the end. Pause the video and try the solution for yourself. All right, let's look at the solution. Very, very simple. I have written a function move 0 to end, which takes an array, and this array has, if it is 0, then I remove the 0 and append the 0 at the very end. And if it is not a 0, I just leave it untouched. That's how I do it. Run the function and you would see that all the zeros move to the end, and here there are 4 zeros that are moved to the end. Let's look at question number 4. Factory workers fill in missing time entries. So if you look at it, there is an array here, my array 1, 2, 3, none, 4, 5, none, 7, none. There are missing time entries. What they want to do is the last time entry, which is here 3, they want to fill in the none. The last entry 4, so last entry 5, you repeat the previous value. So none is previous value is 5. This none's previous value is 6, 7, and there are 2 nones with the previous value of 9s. Pause the video and try the solution for this question. All right, let's look at it. I have written a function fill none, which takes in an array. Look at the main. This is my array, and it takes in function. It takes in my array. An array is passed, and then I write a for statement. For I in array, and I is not none, then result.append I. If this array, this I is none, if I is none, in the else statement, I append the previous one, which is valid. Please try this out and you will understand it's a very interesting function. Next, question number 5. Given a string as input, delete any recurring character and return the new string. Recurring meaning a duplicate character. In Mississippi, only 4 characters are unique, MISP. Pause the video and try this question for yourself. Great. Let's look at the function. So I've written a function delete recurring characters, which takes in a string. I am passing Mississippi as a string, and I am getting a set for character in a string and character not in scene characters. Scene characters is a set. If a character has appeared, I add it in scene characters. So the first time when M is passed, the scene character set would be empty, and therefore it's gonna give this character M. If you scroll this function, you would get an output MISP. Next question is essay exam competition. You want to find out the average word length in a statement. This is a statement. Statement number 1, hello Python is my favorite programming language of all the other languages. The average length is 5.33. You have to first split the statement, extract words, then count the number of characters in the word and get an average. Fairly easy. Pause the video and try this for yourself. All right, let's look at the solution. So now there are two statements. Statement number 1 is hello, Python is my favorite programming language of all the other languages. And statement number 2 is machine learning is the king of the AI world. I can learn ML from, and this is a real URL that you can visit, tinyurl.com/free machine learning. This is the URL that you can visit to find out machine learning free courses available for you. Again, tinyurl.com/free machine learning. So I have run this solution into sentence, and then I am trying to split the sentence, removing any words, commas, all the special characters, and then I'm splitting the word. Finally, I am doing an average over here, rounding it to the nearest 2 decimal. When I run it, I see that the first statement is 5.33 average number of words, average number of characters in a, or average number of words in a statement. And then in the second one, the average number of words in a statement is 5.93. So I know this question is a little, thing, and I correct myself. This is finding out the words in the statement. So let's do the next question. So here in the next question, analyze if a stock price has always gone up or always gone down. The stock price are given in 4 arrays. Array number 1, 2, 3, 4. If the price is either increasing or decreasing, that means the array is monotonic. The values in an array should always be either decreasing in this case and increasing in this case, increasing or equal to. Then you call that array as monotonic. If the value first increases or decreases and then you have an odd number, then it's not a monotonic array. So a monotonic array is an array in which the values are in constant increase or equal, or a constant decrease or equal. In this array, you have 100, 90, 80, which is decreasing, but again, now you have 100. Therefore, array 2 is not monotonic. Here, all the values are in increasing order. Here, all the values are either increasing or the same order. Please write a Python programming function. All right, let's look at the function. So I've written a function is monotonic, and then this takes in an array. I'm writing all array, iterating through the arrays. If the value of the element at position I is less than or equal to the next position, when I is iterating through this array length, or if the value of the element at position I is greater than or equal to the next one always, then return true, else return false. Let's run it, and you would see that array 1 and array 3 are monotonic, and number 2 and 4 are not. Let's look at question number 8. Write a Python program to rotate the elements given in a list to the left. So you have a list 1, 2, 3 to 4 to 10, and rotate the elements 3 places, 3 positions to their left in a cyclic way. Cyclic meaning if I have to rotate number 4 in 3 places, you go 3 places, 4 will be 1, and then the 1, 2, 3 should be appended at the end. This should be the result. Pause the video and try the solution for yourself. Now, this is the function I wrote. Rotate left. It takes in the data, that means the array, and the position, how many positions you want to rotate. Then what I'm doing is I am doing a division of the position divided by the length of A. So if the length of A means data is 10, I am dividing 3 by 10. And then whatever it is, the remainder, I am using the remainder like this. So I am taking the array remainder, D is now a remainder. So 10 divided by 3, remainder is 3. And then 3 to the length of n, that means 3. That means 0, 1, 2, 3. So start from 3 to n. This is what the first piece is, plus. That means add 0 to D, 0 to 3. So 0, 1, 2. That's how you will arrange it. Let's look at it. It's a little interesting problem in terms of if you want to challenge yourself, do the rotate right. Instead of rotating it left, how would you rotate right? That's a challenge question for you. Next, number 9, Grammarly type words and statement checking algo. So you are being tasked to read a set of statements with strings or braces. In this case, we'll just assume that the string just contains the characters, the brackets. All you have to do is find out if the string, in this case, only contain different types of braces are closed properly or not. So the input string is valid if open brackets must be closed by the same type of bracket. That means if this is open, then there should be a corresponding close. And then open brackets must be closed in the correct order. The order as well as the number of braces should be the same. Pause the video and do it yourself. All right, let's look at the solution. So I have defined a function is valid braces. The string is this. Now, if I run this, for now, let's look at the statement. If I run this, this is valid because it has 2 braces. If I remove this, now it has only one type or 2 types of braces in the open order. It does not have a close. It should give me a false. Now, if I add this, this should also be false. But if I remove the last 2, this should be true. This is what it should look like. So let's look at this function. Is valid braces. It takes in strings. First, you create a bracket map. So this is the map. This is a dictionary. Then this is, you define that this is bracket open. So this is the dictionary, this is the list. Then you define an empty list stack. For I in string, which is this, if I in bracket open, that means if you find open, then append it to the stack. If stack has valid entries and I is in the bracket map, this, that means if the bracket is closed bracket, remove it from the respective open bracket. So use stack.append and stack.pop. Else, if there is any mismatch, it should return false. If stack is empty, or stack is still available, then if stack is empty and you are at the end, so the stack here, the new list, should always be empty. If the stack is not empty, that means there is still something remaining, then return false. In all other cases, return true. I'll repeat it one more time. Create a map of all the brackets. Here in this case, 3 different types of brackets we are seeing: round, square, and curly. Define list of open brackets. Define a stack, which is an empty list. If the I, that means the instance of string or character of string, is in S, you run the for loop. If the for loop is only till here. If I in bracket open, that means it's opening the bracket, then stack.append, that means add that bracket to the stack. Else if stack is there, that means there is something in stack and I is in the bracket map, that means it's part of the string, then stack.pop, that means remove it. So if it's there and it is part of the bracket map, then remove it. Else false. If there is something in stack, that means the string has iterated, but stack is still not empty. That means there is a bracket which is open but not closed. Then it should return false, else return true. Next question. Question number 10. The boy in the toy store. A boy is in toy store and you need to find out how many maximum number of toys will he be able to buy if he has $80. These are the toys list with prices. So this is the list of prices for all the toys in the toy store. Please note that you have to find the maximum number of toys that this boy will be able to buy. Pause the video and think of the solution. All right, let's look at the solution. Here, this is the main. I define a variable dollar with 80. The toy prices, this is the list of prices. And then I created a function maximum toy. Maximum toys is here. It takes in prices and the dollar. Prices.sort. First of all, sort the list. Then I create 2 variables or 3 variables, cost, I, and count. While cost is less than K, that means you have the dollars. And then I is length of prices. You need to check what is the total length of the prices, the toy prices array or list. And then if cost plus prices, cost means for now the first time the cost is 0. Then if price of the first element is less than K, then buy it. In that case, cost is that price. So the first time when the loop runs, 1. So cost is 0 and the prices of I is 1. 1 is less than 80. Buy it. Else break. Second time it will run with 5 because remember you sorted the array. As it goes through the while statement, at the end it will tell you the number of toys it will be able to buy. Running it, this boy will be able to buy this toy, then this toy, then this toy, and then this toy. After this, anything over here, so you have to ensure that you're accumulating it. That's why you have cost plus. The reason we want to do that is because out of $80, you'll be able to buy 1 plus 12, 13 plus 5, 18 and 10, $28 of toys. Because the fifth one in the list is 111 and you won't be able to get it. Let's try putting in another list of 20. Let's see if this function works. So now the number of toys the boy will be able to buy will be 5. Perfect. Now let's put 20 more. 6, right? So 40, 50, 55, 62, sorry, 67 and 68. Let's do 20 more, but this time it will be over $80. So the maximum number of toys this boy will be able to buy from this list would be 6. Please try doing this. It's a very interesting problem to solve. So I hope you are able to run through this list of 10 questions which are most frequently asked in the FAANG interviews for the Python coding interview. Please, please, please practice. And there are other questions on my channel, specifically around interview questions. Please look at them. Thank you for watching.